dreadful was the day when the sun vanished. The waters dried up, birds went quiet, and the dark itself seeped unchecked into the work table as the cold, chewed paper moon rose over the mountain. The night that followed would be long as the midnight walk.
I had a flame once. It was beautiful and bright. It spread its light, brought me and my neighbors warmth. and it was always hungry. No matter how much I fed it, it kept on growing and growing. And one day it got big enough to start walking the long road. I didn't guide it. It dragged me along for the ride. I followed it for a long time. Would the road ever end? What was the point of the walk? Things kind of spiraled. Road took me on dangerous detours that didn't make sense. Before I knew it, my flame began to fade until it... Well, I don't think I was meant to carry this flame.
There once was a freezing cat who was looking for shelter when she came across a dark cave. "Step into my abode," offered the dark. "It will warm you if you surrender your wants."
The story goes of a nameless maker who pulled creative spark from the dark itself without giving it fire. With his dark source, he managed to create swaths of land in no time. The dark itself waited for a gift of fire, but the Maker just kept on taking, too busy building his crooked fences and watchtowers, kept his fire locked away in his chest. One day, he decided to create the first people to inhabit and appreciate his creation. It was then that the dark corrupted the Maker's clay, guided his greedy hands into creating not people, but the first of the fire-eating crawlers. And they crawled into this world absolutely starving.
The dark's eyes were much too big and watchful for the cat's liking. She went on to find warmth somewhere else. Then the cat saw it. Rooftops piercing the sky. Approaching the town, she was greeted by a crone. "Come, kitty, kitty, you must be tired. Sit in my lap. Share your soft fur, and I shall warm you for a spell."
Hello, Mother. The well said to give it a match, so you and I could talk again. I hope this works, because that was my last one, and well, it's cold now. But it doesn't matter. We can finally talk after everything. So, how are you? Do they have fire where you are? Not the hellish kind, I hope. Is Father there too? I think you should talk to him again.
Welcome to Coalhaven, newcomer. Good to see a flame in these parts again. I'll be your guide tonight. This furnace here used to run on coal and fire, don't you know? But a thief stole all our matches, wasted them in greed, you see. Your flame, bring back warmth to our graves, and may the worms in our bellies dance again. Oh, do you feel that? Something's changing. That furnace was the soul of the city. We used to worship it, us coal miners did. Fed it trees and fire like it was a hungry, angry god. This broken body's going nowhere. But yours is. Walk the streets.
The cat didn't like the crone's crude pettings. Her hands tugged at her fur. Now, rest still, the crone said, as she pulled out a crooked knife. The cat was quick and escaped just in time.
see a ghost. The thief loved the stars. Would have plucked them out of the sky if it were possible. But the dark itself stole her stars, turned the thief's sky as black as a cup of joe. And so the thief began to steal matches and lit them, hundreds of them, like little stars of her own. The crooked path to the house on the hill lies open.
Wherever she sought warmth, it had a price. The miners needed the cat to get rid of the rats, and the vicar wanted her protection from bad luck. Bony hands reached out from all around her, trying to grab her.
The burned matches lead to the house. Brothers and sisters, hunt down the thief. The matches. The matches.
We're running out of matches. The furnace is...
It burns! It burns!
What's... Oh, this isn't my body. The fire, did we snuff it out? Where's... Did I save them? The house. It's ruined. Well, it wasn't supposed to go down that way. They locked the door, threw the key into the woods. Huh. There was so much anger, and now there's nothing. This body is so uncomfortable. While I was in the black, I had a dream. There was a monster in the woods, with our door key dangling from its tail. I ran, tried to chase it, grab the key, and when I did, the creature turned around, and its face, it was the face of this whole town. The key. I have to find the key. In the woods. That's it, that's the key. Unlock the door. Please. I want to see my home again.
Furnace is getting weak. Council says we're running out of matches.
We'll have to harvest more trees then.
I don't like it. Losing the forest like this.
Not like we have a choice.
Mom, Dad,
Oh, Curly, you startled me.
they're coming here. All of them.
What's that you're holding?
It's just a match.
The cat felt as if the walls around her were growing taller, the alleyways narrowing. Turning a corner, she bumped into a girl sitting in the snow. In her bony little hands, a lit match. "What do you think of my star?" the girl asked. "Isn't it pretty?"
How could this happen? Whoever did this? Oh, the flame warms the righteous, but the wicked who love destruction, the flame burns with a passion.
Only warm the furnace!
Feed the thief to the furnace!
Feed the thief to the furnace! Coalhaven is doomed!
On the wicked the flame shall rain fiery coals and burning sulfur. A scorching wind shall be their lot. Come forth, thief, and confess your hideous crime!
With no matches left, we couldn't light the furnace. And the thief paid a terrible price for her burning greed. As the furnace died, one by one, so did we. But before we perished, the dark itself moved into our hollow husk, turning us cold and wicked. If I had a heart, I'd feel great shame for what we did. I'd feel great shame for what we did. The old man feels it too. Should have been long dead with the rest. He just wasn't ready to go. Yeah, at least he has a reason for sticking around.